When the business started, we had a staff team of one. I'm here. So I've done everything from unloading the lorries, pricing up the product. In those days, we priced every individual item. I've merchandised, I've served the customers. So things have changed a lot in those years. But yeah, I've done all the jobs. So I know what our new people are going to be doing. I know the high expectations we have of them. We have high expectations of our sales team and our management team in our stores because our customers have high expectations of us. We have no right to be successful. The high street's changing very quickly. We've got new competitors coming to the market. We've got the internet, which is coming in from a completely different tangent. So the rules of the game are changing. And if we're going to be successful, we have to outperform the market. We have to try harder, think of new ways, do things differently. We need to be open-minded, prepared to experiment. And if we're all those things and we are fast at doing those things, we're not a juggernaut like a great big company takes ages to implement changes. If we're quick off the mark, we can succeed. People often say to me, what makes The Entertainer different to other people selling toys in the high street? And I think back to how shops were when I was a child. So if you wind the clock back a number of decades, we used to say that people were shopkeepers, serving behind the counter, things on display, interacting with the customers. That's almost a thing that's gone with the modern retailing. And the supermarkets have brought about a complete change in people's expectations of retailing. Hence, you get a superstore where you push your own trolley. But if you don't know where it is, or you don't know quite what you're looking for, really difficult to find somebody. So I want to be an old-fashioned shopkeeper in a modern retail world. And the things that I think that encompasses and what makes The Entertainer different are, first of all, customer service. I guess from our own experience, when we go into a store, how many shops do we go in and somebody in the shop says good morning? It's unique. But why can't we just say good morning? Isn't it courteous to do that? And also we're dealing with in a market where the right product, it's not a size, it's the right product for the right age group. If we don't advise right, if we don't sell right, if we don't understand the product, we're going to potentially end up with a disappointed customer. So customer service and knowledge and training is key to that. Because otherwise we're no better than somebody stacking shelves in Tesco's. Well, I think that businesses do have a personality. It's made up of the culture, it's made up of the attitude, it's made up of the values. All those things create a personality. I think you can walk into a store and sense the atmosphere within a store that it's created by the staff team. And if I say to you, can you remember your toy shop of your childhood? And most of us can, and I can remember the one. It was like walking into that Aladdin's cave, being excited, running around, not knowing where the things were. Actually you wanted to buy everything. Well, of course you can't do that, there's not enough money. But we are, in the way we go about doing what we do, we are leaving children with memories, because our toy shop, The Entertainer for that child today, will be their dream and their memory of a toy shop. When I say to somebody, when I'm 80 and they're 30, I might be more than 80 in 20 years' time. But anyway, the point I'm making is that child will have a memory of the way we treat them and the way we lay our stores out today. So I guess you've probably gathered that I love what I do. And to be excited about coming to work and making a difference every day is really important, because if getting up in the morning and facing into the day is just grey, then I guess we're in the wrong job. And if you're excited about being at work, then you're going to pass that enthusiasm, that excitement on to our customers, and then they're going to come back. And what happens in many stores, and even in some of our city centre stores, we start to get to know customers. We start to get to know our regulars. We start to get to know the children. So we become part of a child's life. We become part of a community, and that's really important. Of course, we have to have a successful business. We have to make money. But it's really important that we give something back. Of course, we all have difficult periods in our lives. Of course, we don't all get up every morning with a big grin on our face. Yeah, there's pressures that we're under. And it's easier to say, well, just leave that in the staff room and just walk out as though there's not a care in the world. And I know that is really, really difficult. And likewise, maybe some of our customers are coming in with the same problems they're working through. You know, illnesses hit families, tragedy hits families, unemployment. Well, there's all sorts of things that people are going through. And we might just be that little ray of sunshine in that person's life. They've come into a toy shop, they've just got to get a bit of a job done in amongst the pressure of all the things that's going on, and we've treated them really well. And that could just be the thing that makes their day. I actually get more, I don't want anybody to prompt them, but I get more emails and letters from people that they believe that the service has been so good they bothered to write. So for me to get a balanced mailbag over praise as well as complaint is outstanding, and that's down to the staff. And as the business has grown and the distances between the shops has expanded, and you know, with shops as far away as Scotland and the back of Wales and Jersey, you know, the distance between here and there is much wider now. It's amazing how the enthusiasm, about the understanding of the business has cascaded down through the structure that we have through the management into the branches. Even though you're so far away from us, you can still represent the entertainer. So it's a bit like I described it in the past, a bit like an octopus. You see, you've got the sort of the body and the head of the octopus and all these legs coming out. But you know what? If we can make sure that the same values drop all the way from the centre right through to the branches, the end of the legs, then people will get the personality of the entertainer. Because actually, in the end, people work for the entertainer, and ultimately, and I do say this to people, you're working for the Grant family, and therefore you're more than just a number on a sheet. We value you, and we'll work through 3 different issues with you. So there was a time when I could do all the jobs, I could be in all the shops, I knew most of the customers. Even when we had 3 shops, I knew I knew every staff member by name, and got around most of the shops almost every day. But now I think it will probably it could take 2 months now if I was on the road solidly to get around all the shops and spend a meaningful amount of time in each store. But that doesn't mean that because I haven't visited your store or I don't know you personally, never met you personally, that you're not just as important as the people who operate in the stores locally that I see very regularly. We're all on the train together. You know, you're developing a career with us. I really want you to excel in that career. We want to resource you as best we can to be the very best that you can do. The thing is, we're all so different. And if you asked me to write an essay, I wouldn't know where to start. I've got no way of working out. I've got no context in my head as to how you'd do an essay. If I want you to do a page of numbers, great, I'm your man, I can help you. But the thing is, each one of us have different skills and talents. And the entertainer needs different skills and talents. So I think what I would say is the entertainer is a place of opportunity. Our 2 divisional managers are homegrown. Most of our area managers are homegrown, and we have the largest proportion of our managers homegrown. So you can, if you choose to, develop your career within the entertainer. It's about attitude. So grab all the training you can, be the very best you can in store, get yourself noticed, and the sky's the limit.